morning, all. I'm Nagi Reddy. Today, I'm going to cover this earned value management. Um, so, I thought this is a very small topic, but once I deep dive, it is a very big topic. So, yeah, starting with the presentation, the earned value management. I'm just reading that what is the definition. It's called as a EVM also. Actually, this earned value management helps the project managers to measure the project performance. It is a systematic of project management process you, uses to find variance in the project based on the comparison of work performance and work planned. Actually, the difference, it helps to identify what is the difference in between what is planned and what is performed at one particular point of time. And this EVM, it is used on the cost and schedule control, and it can be very useful in a project forecasting and decision making. So as you can see here, the so here the mostly the triangle represents that the scope and cost and time.
So we
So
name those competing objectives.
yes, competing objectives, and in middle the quality will be there. And these competing objectives is the main thing for our project management. So in the project management, if we can see before starting the work, we are defining the scope, and the same thing what we called as work planned. So according to the scope, we will plan the work and we will start executing with the X amount of cost and Y amount of time. So this is in the next slide, I'm going to show that.
Close that menu.
So yeah, so the definitions of already Mr. Jasir explained that. Here the definitions will come budget at completion and planned value, earned value, actual value. So assuming that the what is the budget at completion, it is once we start our project and we are already created a particular projection plan, and in that the total planned cost estimation of the project to start before starting itself, which is called as a budget at completion. So this is one of the component that we are going to use it at calculating this earned value. So, and the second thing that we are, it is earned value, it is nothing but that what is the work completion, and in between a difference in between the budget and the planned value, it is, this is the approved budget from the work schedules to be completed at set value. And actual cost is actually how much we have incurred the cost, and according to this we are going to calculate the total values of it. So as per the definitions, this might be okay, we can remember, we can understand that. So better I thought to explain with an example of it.
Great.
So definitions will be normal, and Mr. Jasir is explaining most of the definitions. So I just thought to add one example. Actually, the example is there is a 4 miles of road need to be constructed with a cost of 20K per kilometer. So here I have represented the 4 miles in a different 4 blocks, and the time targeted was given is 1 mile per week. So the goal is 4 miles road need to be constructed. Each mile should cost maximum the 20K as a budgeted one, and it should complete at least 1 kilometer, 1 mile per week. So in this example, the 4 blocks is representing each mile, and also it is representing the 1 week also. And in the second one, this is the planned. My rating is also good.
You feel my pain now, right?
Yeah. So this is actual. This is actual after completion of 1 week. We have completed. This is 1 week. Okay. So, and here we have planned as $20K per mile. Here I want to explain there are 3 different scenarios. Actually, it comes as a 6 different scenarios in overall. 1 week, the budget as planned, it should complete 1 mile, but we have completed 1.25. So eventually we are ahead of the work. In terms of work completion, we are ahead of the work. So 1.25 work is completed, and here the another main component in the previous slide, Mr. Jasir explained that the graph here we have taken as time. Here we have taken as a time, here we have taken as a cost. So another main component which is cost. So the next thing, there are different scenarios. If we have completed the this 1.25 work in 1 week, and if we complete it in 20K is one scenario, and if we complete it in 25K, another scenario, and 30K is another scenario. Actually, this 20, 25, and 30K
Slow.
is the actual cost. This is, we are going to take it, this particular value, we are going to take it from the actual cost from our project itself. So there are 3 different scenarios. We can define and draw a graph and calculate the earned value, how much it is, and it might come plus greater than 1 or less than 1 or equal to 1 also. So here at any point of time, if we are what have planned and what actual it is happening, so there is no any problem. If we planned 1 week and 20K, and we have actual also 1 week and 20K, 1 mile is completed, so we are in a on time and cost also. So if we complete in 20K 1.25 mile, the variance of work is, we are in the next slide I have explained that we are ahead of the work. Let me just let me clear. Yeah. So here the same, yeah, here the similar kind of graph, and there are many components are there. So here earned value, which is BAC into the completion of work and total project scope. So we can take a percentage of it, and the EV is, we are going to calculate either if it is the work scheduled and performed, which is showing that budget and actual here. So if we want to see the cost, what is the variance, it is, first of all, we are going to get the earned value, which is BAC, and into the completion of work by total project scope. So here the cost variance, we can identify that what is the cost variance, it is earned value minus actual cost, and schedule variance is SV is equal to the earned value minus PV, which is the planned value, and cost performance index. So here these 4 things are important, and when identifying the CPV, CPI, and SPI, these both are earned value by AC and earned value by PV. So here, in a short thing that in a short note that we can identify that if the CPI and SPI, if CPI comes less than 1, we are within the budget.
Greater than.
Sorry, greater than 1, we are within the budget. If it is
Or below budget.
yes, and we are less than 1, we already exceeded the budget and we have crossed the cost what we have uh, planned. And same like that, SPI, scheduled performance index, which is, it is greater than 1, it is, we are already ahead of the schedule. In the previous example, it will come a greater than 1, so that means we are ahead of the schedule. We have to complete 1 mile, we have completed 1.25 mile. And if it is less than 1, it is,
Advice.
we are behind the schedule. We need to implement to reach the schedules as well. So with this one, we can, some of the graphs which I have taken from the project management website. So here it is saying that the status is exactly when we are standing. That time we need to collect all these informations from the actuals and what the CV and ESV we are going to calculate, and we are going to projected what is the variance, and according to the actual what is the variance we need to capture it, and we need to take a modification in terms of futuristic planning according to the actuals we have received. So these are the some of the some of the calculations that we need to do, which will help us to project, identify the current state and project the future state as well. What are all the decisions need to be taken, and what are all the modifications need to be taken, either cost variance, cost we need to increase or decrease, or budget need to be increased or decreased, or what is the projected cost at the point of completion of the work. So these values we can able to handle according to the earned value calculations. So the next slide, which I'm going to show, uh, yeah, so this is a very, if we go to making earned value work, so there are some of the listed top 10 items needed to be project when implementing the earned value. That are all, there are much description is there apart according to this 10. So I just taken only the headings and just put it here. The first thing is project requirements and work breakdown structure. We need to work, and the change management process, integrated project plan, and correct schedules and budgets, schedule and budget, contingency and contingency management, cost collection system, accurate reported progress, and management support. So these are all the different areas that we need to work when we want to make it that earned value management to execute and to make it in a perfect projection for the completion of the project.
Good. Great.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. The table is mine now.
Yes, please.
Any question, guys? Great. So I'll just open a very fast example so we can dive into our slides. Just before going there, guys, just let me know where we have stopped. Do you remember where we have stopped on our presentation? Are we here or we moved forward? Which slide number do you remember?
Earlier, the first one you.
Earlier?
2.7.
So we did not discuss the equations.
No, this is finished.
We finish?
Finish. 2.7.
2.7, 2.7. So we are
Uh,
Here.
yeah.
Cool.